Terrell
Yes, sir.
Thomas, reporting live these Urban Times and Live Hip Hop Daily. NBA star Dwight Howard. Dwight, we see a lot going on in the world right now. You know, you're very in tune with what's going on in the world. We see protests taking place. Unfortunately, another African American life was lost when we all witnessed the murder of George Floyd via social media. Um, what are your thoughts overall on what we see the current climate of our world?
Well, I would say starting with the beginning of the summer, felt like that God was trying to get all of our attention. With the coronavirus, I felt that we all need that and really get in tune with our spirits, get balanced, and stuff like that. And I thought that was going all of that was going to happen this summer, and then the situation with George Floyd, and it was very disheartening to see. Um, I think all of us have been outraged at everything that has happened, and for me, before I've said anything or done anything, I just tried to take my emotions out of it and use my head in a situation like this. But I was extremely upset just to see another one of us or just somebody lose a life in general at the hands of you know some police officers. And I just hate the whole message that has been going around about blacks and cops. And I just feel like it's just so much healing that we need to do as a nation. And I wish that we would really just use this time even though we're angry, to heal, but also for us blacks to really come together. This is not just blacks, but all colored people. I think this is a really good opportunity for us to put all our differences aside, all the different agendas that we might have, and come together. I think this is the most important time to do that. 2020 has been crazy for all of us. But I think that we can end it on a great note, if we all just really just come together, man. We know a lot of stuff has been done, in our culture, the disheartening things that people have said and done. And we, I just feel like we really need some unity. That's the first thing I think we need. And unity is some type of order, order with each other. And then we go from there.
Very well said. I actually posed a question on Sunday via social media, speaking on today's time. And as we see the sports realm beginning to open back up, I asked if people think we should, move forward with sports. Should we take a break? Would it be a distraction? Would it serve as a form of entertainment? And I appreciate you adding your voice and your comments. And you spoke about it possibly being a distraction. What led to the comment, and what are your thoughts on that?
Well, the reason why, I believe my personal opinion on the matter is that right now, playing sports, anything like that, I feel like it would be a distraction because we'll forget about what's going on. I think a lot of times in, our culture, we have things happen in the past, we've been upset, we've been passionate, and then, I just feel like we don't endure to the end. We start when we don't keep the fight up. And, I just feel like, just playing with just anything right now, sports, entertainment, I feel like all that stuff should be put at a halt right now because it's some real issues that we face. And we've never had time to actually face our issues. We've always been so busy and so distracted with, everything around us that we've never had time to really, just look in the mirror and, figure out who we are as people. And then after we do that as individuals, then we can do that collectively, as a nation, But I really do feel like, sports and a lot of different events right now. I'm not saying that, I wouldn't love playing. I think that, our season was amazing. I felt like this was our year, to win this championship. And, there was no doubt in my mind that, we was going to be holding up that trophy. But I feel, right now with everything going on, just my personal opinion that it's a distraction.
Very well said. And I appreciate your insight and your input on that. You mentioned when we began the conversation how the beginning of the year, COVID-19 was such a big thing. And, we saw your season come to an immediate halt. What was that like? I know from a reporting standpoint, it was like, wow, it seemed weird. But you actually being on the court, being a player, being affected, everything coming to a halt. And as you mentioned, like you guys, the LA Lakers, best record in the Western Conference, number one seed, definitely looking like you're going to put that trophy up. So what was that like when the season came to that immediate pause?
Man, I was really upset, because it was like everything was going so right for our team, as far as winning and, the camaraderie. Just everybody looked great. And I think the NBA as a whole, I think the level of play this year was amazing. It was through the roof, So when the whole COVID incident happened, it just kind of, a lot of guys was upset because, we really felt like this was our year. Personally, I thought that, this was a blessing in disguise, just a part of having, COVID. A lot of people, lost their lives, so that's first, just anybody, I want to send my condolences to all the families who've lost loved ones during this time. I lost my one of my son's moms, during this whole ordeal, and it wasn't because of COVID or anything like that. And it was just, the summer was this time was just crazy, from the beginning of the season, was going to China and overcoming, what happened in China. That was really crazy, not knowing like how we're going to get back. Are we playing games? We're watching these people take down posters and signs, and it was just crazy. Then we get back and we're playing a really good season, and then, Kobe passes away. And, it just really just hit all of us, extremely hard. And then after that, we finally get back in the groove, and we're trying to, kind of deal with the Kobe situation. And then, bam, it's like, all right, you guys got to sit down. There's no more playing. So that happened. And then, so it's just been so many events. And then what happened with George Floyd, I think is just so full of emotions, man. And I think if we take our, it's hard to take our emotions out of this situation, but we got to find a way to complete our destiny and our will as a nation. We have to come together. And I think a lot of times our emotions can get in the way of our will or our destiny. And I think this is an opportunity where we let the passion of everything that's happened drive us and fuel us, but we keep our heads and we keep getting more knowledge on everything that's going on. And we really think before we speak or before we act. And, I think this is the perfect time.
Well said. Terrell Thomas reporting live, These Urban Times, Live Hip Hop Daily. So, White, before I let you go, man, once again, I damn sure appreciate your time and, you taking a moment to speak with us and speak with our audience. Now, things are looking as if the NBA season will resume. So if things do take place and the season does resume, what do you think NBA players such as yourself, of course, I commend the NBA and a lot of people commend the NBA because that league, your league, has always been outspoken and always stood up and, for civil rights, social justices.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
So what do you think NBA players or athletes themselves, if the sports leagues can do to continue to be a voice and continue to allow their platforms to use their platforms to be heard?
Well, I really think that all of us athletes, entertainers, we need to get together. We need to talk, and we need to just figure out how we're all going to help be the change that we all want to see. I playing in the NBA for so long, and just seeing how us athletes and entertainers and actors and stuff like that, how we affect our world, we've always been taught to be competitive and compete against each other. When to only realize we're the same. We're brothers and sisters, and we all got one common goal. We want to be the best. And I think what we all have to do in this moment is understand that it is a time to compete, but it's also a time to stand together. And this is one of those times where we really stand together. You know, we've been told to shut up and dribble. We've been told to, you know, not take a knee. We've been told to just do our jobs and not worry about nothing else. You know, stay focused on basketball and stuff like that. And that's totally understandable. But, you know, there comes a time where, you know, we have to just say, yo, let's stop this fighting. You know, let's stop this arguing and, you know, thinking we got to compete all the time with each other. We all the same. We all came from the bottom. You know, there's nobody in these sports that we play in the NBA or NFL are just a higher percentage of guys who didn't have it before they made it to the NBA or NFL. So, you know, even with acting and singing and dancing and rapping, we didn't have it. So we all have that same drive and that same passion to be the best, you know. So I think it's time that we take that same drive, that same passion that we've had to compete against each other for so long. We take that and we compete with each other. We compete together. We're trying to build the next generation, you know, of great Black, of all, you know, Black American athletes and just people in general, you know. And I think this is the best opportunity to do it. I think it's not just for us, but even these kids that are going to high school, you know, they have an opportunity to change with college. They have an opportunity to change, you know how players go to college. You know, I seen one player talking about, you know, going to a Black college, and I think
yeah.
I really believe that all of us should start sending our kids to these schools. You know, I think we build up these other schools and we tear down our own. You know, we don't get the same, you know, books and utensils or athletic programs or athletic funding or, you know, just school funding for any of these, you know, Black colleges that we have. And we got to be just as proud of our kids getting accepted to, you know, Morehouse and all these schools, just like we do for Harvard and Yale and stuff like that. You know, we have made these things prestigious. You know, it's time that we make everything of ours prestigious. And, you know, this is the perfect time for all athletes around the world of color. You know, anybody that wants to be unified, you know, with us together, this is the perfect time. And, you know, I, for one, I'm with it. You know, I'm with us coming together. You know, like I said, I've been in the NBA. I've been around entertainment for a long time. And the one thing that I think would change the whole world is if all of us entertainers and actors, we decided to come together and build our nation. We can do that. Everybody look up to us for everything we do, singing, dancing, basketball, rap, everything that we do, people look up to us for. So let's take that same energy that we have, that we've used in the past to tear down, let's use that to build everyone up. And we have to just get out of that crab and just have it done together. And this is the perfect opportunity for us to get out the barrel.
Dwight, man, you're dropping a lot of gems and a lot of jewels tonight, good sir. I damn sure appreciate it, and I know our audience is going to appreciate it as well. I'm 50-50. I can honestly say you know, I damn sure believe that sports coming back can serve as a distraction wholeheartedly. But I also I can say that I'm looking forward to you gentlemen providing, you know, that entertainment and that sense of, for a lot of people, it is a sense of healing. You know, it is a,
I told you
in
know,
these times, it serves.
I get that, you know what I'm saying, that, you know, I understand why you 50-50, and I think all of us, you know, would like to play. But again, you know, we have always done our jobs and not gotten distracted from anything else. We've always done our jobs. And I'm not saying that I want nobody to take it the wrong way, that I'm saying I do not want to play. You know, what I am saying is, you know, I feel like personally, you know, at this moment, you know, it could be a distraction. Now, That's just my personal opinion. I've been training extremely hard to go back, so when we do start playing or whatever happens, I'll be ready. But I just think that right now, uh, we need to come together. All athletes, we need to finally stand. You know, we've talked about wanting justice and we talked about wanting peace. But you know, I just really feel like in order to have justice and peace, you got to first have order, and you got to first have unity. You know, if we not together, we don't have one voice, and we're not moving with the same message, and we're not speaking the same things, then all that's going to happen is it's going to cause um, more, you know, things that not anything that's not peaceful. You know, so when we come together, when we're talking and we're unified, there's no chaos. So we have order, we have peace, then we can get justice. But we got to unify first. And I think that this is the perfect opportunity. I've been seeing all the protests and, you know, seeing all the things that have been happening around the world. And, you know, I've been thinking, you know, how can Dwight Howard help? What can he do? How can I use my platform and all the tools that the Most High has given me to a cause, to help cause change? And you know, the biggest thing is when you want change, you got to start with yourself. You know, so if I want to see change, you know, I have to change me, which means daily I have to sacrifice myself, sacrifice, you know, what I call my flesh. You know what I'm saying, and live in the spirit, which is very tough for all of us. But I don't want to preach to you. You know, I just feel like if we all just use this time to not let nothing distract us from who we are and how we can come together. Because just think about it, man. We played for so long. We've had so many situations happen. And we haven't taken time out to really not let nothing distract us as a people. As people, we've allowed everything on the outside, all the outside noise, to distract us. It's just like us on the basketball court. When we're playing, we don't allow anything to distract us. Not the fans, not anybody. We got to stay locked in. And it's the same thing in this moment right here. We got to stay locked in on becoming unified as Black people, like Black businesses. Like, this is the opportunity where we support each other, no matter what has happened in the past. Because I think one of the biggest problems is we've allowed our egos to get in the way of working together. And that's a part of the competitive nature that we've had. And now is the time to all of us put our egos aside and open up our hearts and minds and move as one. This is the perfect time. And I'm with it. If anybody else is with us unifying and coming together, please let us know, because I'm for one, and I know everybody is tired of what is happening in our society. And, you know, we've always talked about it takes a village. Well, let's make our village. And let's get out of that barrel.
Amen. Terrell Thomas, These Urban Times, representing live with Live Hip Hop Daily. You're rocking out. Thank you very much, NBA star Dwight Howard, for all of your insight. We appreciate you. You can continue to check out Dwight Howard. Follow him on social media at Dwight Howard. Dwight, stay ready, stay focused, and we'll be talking to you soon, man.
Always, man. God bless you, man.
Much love.
Yeah.